Diane in Denmark here, and rah, rah, rah. Get your maracas out and your pom-poms. It is Friday. We made it to the end of another week. And I mentioned to you the last couple of days in my videos, I've had a bit of a case of the blahs this week, but things have shifted again. And you know, I've been doing extra exercise, that always helps. I've been cranking up the music, you know, I've had my little kind of sound box going along with me, so I'm feeling much better today. I'm also looking forward to catching up with Vibeke. I haven't seen Vibeke for days, and so I'll be meeting up with her for a skinny dip a bit later today. And I've got some of the jewellery. Remember, I was decluttering jewellery yesterday, and I'll be bundling up wearing one of the scarves that I went through yesterday in my declutter video, plus all my usual exterior stuff as well, because it is below freezing again. It's really, we've got the big chill going on right now. Anyway, just to check in with you, now normally when I check in with you on a Friday, I will be giving you a few reminders or what I'm doing as part of my daily focus on a Friday. And usually I will be showing you, you know, I fill up a wee snack basket. I'm not doing that today because my son, who's 19, he's having another house party here. And don't worry, we've had them before. Tonight again, we've got first in Flylady, which is the 3 years of high school kids. So that's 75 teenagers. And it's his class and the class below him and the year above him. It's a really good way for them to kind of, you know, bond across the ages. And he's holding the party here, and don't worry, he's held parties here before, and they're really well behaved, the Danish kids, and good at cleaning up and tidying up. And my husband and I and my daughter, we're going out for bao buns and probably going to the cinema. I don't know what we're going to see yet, but anyway, we will be out of here. So that's what's happening for me today. But I wanted to check in with you today because I mentioned yesterday, I mentioned it at the end of my video yesterday. I am pulling the plug on being here and on Instagram, probably for the next week, maybe week and a half. Now, I've done this before, I've told you before, I'm not on Instagram. This is not a business for me. It's not my, you know, I'm here in my spare time, and from time to time I like to just pull the plug completely and, you know, go off and do something else. And I've got plenty other things I'm looking forward to doing when I'm not here on Instagram and YouTube. And please don't say, oh no, don't leave, and what should we do? I've got, you know, thousands of playlists if you want to do a Flylady refresher course, or if you want to do some Danish hygge. All the playlists are there, so you know, I'll still be there, you know, on the YouTube archive. But what I wanted to do just for fun today is to give you my top 3 FAQs, frequently asked questions. Now, I get questions on Instagram and on YouTube every day, and I try as much as I can to answer everybody's questions. I've mentioned this before, I don't answer private messages. There's a lot of, I get a lot of weird comments and spam comments, and I generally speaking, I do not answer private messages. If you've got a real problem with something, please see a specialist or ask a friend or look on the Flylady website. I generally answer questions that are kind of relevant to all of us. You know, I'm not a shrink, and I don't get paid for this. I'm just doing this in my spare time. So anyway, but I get a lot of the same questions, and I get a lot of comments every day, and thank you for everybody who comments. I mean, I'm up at 20,000 subscribers. I don't know how that happened, and as I always say to you, you don't need to subscribe, you don't need to like my videos. I'm going to be here making videos because I find it fun, you know, and I'm here to be your cheerleader and got my pom-poms and encouraging you just to get on and do something and have fun out there. And usually speaking, oh gosh, there's probably about 50 comments that come in every day on the new videos that I make, plus people are still commenting on, you know, baby step videos or recipe videos. So I try and answer as much as I can, but you'll need to forgive me if I can't get to everybody's question. But anyway, the 3 major questions that come up Okay, and I'll start backwards. Number 3, drum roll please. And listen, maybe you want to grab yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or fold laundry. I'm not sure how long this will take, but hopefully not more than 15 minutes. Excuse me, just need a wee drink of coffee. Okay, so in reverse order, the third most asked question, and this is actually split into 3. I get questions asking where I got something. And one of the major ones is, as you've seen it before, my sink caddy. If I had 10 krona for every time somebody had asked me about the sink caddy, I would be a millionaire. Remember, I don't do affiliate links. You can always Google these things. I really don't like those affiliate link things. And so the sink caddy, just for anybody who's still wondering about it, and I'll put the name in the comment. I won't put a link in the comment, but I'll put the name, and you can Google it and maybe find it in your area. It's Danish design, and it's called the Rigtig Sink Caddy. And Rigtig means the right sink caddy. And it's by a Danish brand called Stelton. And you can pull it apart and put it in the dishwasher. You've seen me doing that. And Stelton are also the people who make water jugs and coffee pots and all that kind of thing. So that's the Rigtig Sink Caddy by Stelton. And you don't need one of those, but I know a lot of you like it. Everybody always asks that question here and on Instagram. The other product thing that you asked me about is what cleaning products I use. I've told you before, you don't need to use any kind of special cleaning product. Just use something that works for you. I use these because they're environmentally friendly. They're not being tested on animals. And I use hardliney products, but some of them, there's a bit of aroma in it, and it smells quite nice. And these are also Danish. And it's the Maison Belle series by Isabella Smith. Isabella Smith is a Danish woman who does a lot of gardening programs, and she expanded into homeware stuff, and she has a magazine and all that kind of stuff. So I use Maison Belle, and you see that up in the bathroom. But as I said, you don't need to get anything special. So those are 2 of the things that you've asked me about. And then the last couple of Christmases, when I make, my Christmas mission videos and talking about getting ready for Christmas, I had so many questions asking about this candle jar. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this before, maybe you're new to the channel, because I know there's been like 1,000 new subscribers this month. This is a Danish candle jar, and all it is just a jar. I mean, if you took everything out, it's just a glass jar, but you can buy 24 candles to go with it. And every day in December, if you saw my videos or on Instagram, we put in the candle and we light it while we're having breakfast. And everybody has asked about this, and it's just a basic jar. And I'll even show you, because I just added this on the top, and the thing that says God Jul, God Jul, which means Merry Christmas in Danish. In fact, I think I'll put in a new one because this one is covered in wax now. And that is basically it. It's just a jar with a candle holder, and you could make the same thing yourself if you could find just a thing for holding a candle. Super glue that onto a jar, and with a Sharpie you could write on the numbers of the candles. Anyway, for those who are interested, I'm pretty sure it was Iblaursen, which is again a Danish thing, but don't go getting it shipped to the States. I mean, it will cost you an arm and a leg. But I'll put the name of it down below. So that was the third frequently asked question. We're all about products. And then number 2, the thing that I get asked almost more than anything is, how long should I spend on decluttering every day? How long should I spend on my routines? And I've also said this before, it's like, how long is a piece of string? The main thing that you do with any system, getting things done, KonMari, Flylady, Miracle Morning, whatever you're doing, just do what you can. Okay, and I know you all want to be decluttering for 15 minutes every day. Just set your timer, go for it. It's good to have a plan. I've also talked about that. You must plan for it and say, you know, I am going to declutter every day, but you don't need to be doing a certain amount of time to see results. And you don't need to be doing the same as I'm doing, because my life here with my kids, my husband, my friends, my life here in Denmark is very different from yours. So just, you know, just trust in yourself. Set a timer and all will be well. So that was the second most asked question. Also, I always get questions from people saying, can I film me doing my whole routines, you know, how it looks during the day? I'm not going to be filming my whole day because I've already made videos on me doing a weekly home blessing hour. I've made videos on my morning routine and my evening routine, so you can see me walking through that. And then I've mentioned it before, the decluttering. I've got videos on that where you see me sitting down just for 15 minutes and decluttering, you know, as it was yesterday, accessories, or it can be things in the kitchen. So just do something and move forward, okay? We're just putting one foot in front of the other. And my top, most asked question, my top question out of all the things I've done on YouTube, drum roll please, is to do with skinny dipping, the winter bathing that you've seen me doing. How long do we stay in the water? And again, it's how long is a piece of string. The skinny dipping thing, the winter bathing, I'll try and make another video about winter bathing soon, because of course, if you're not living in Denmark, you have no idea, you know, what the mindset is here. And also, winter bathing is not ice swimming. It's not the thing that, or the Russian equivalent, and it's not Wim Hof. That's not the purpose of winter bathing, and it's not the Finnish sauna tradition. You know, in Finland they have very much, you know, the sauna, and then you go out and roll in the snow. It's not that either. In Denmark, winter bathing, it's not a means to an end. That there's no set time that people are in the water. That's not the point of it. The point of winter bathing is just being there, you know, standing on the bathing bridge or standing at the edge of the water, and you know, on the beach or on the rocks, and immersing yourself in the water. Some people are up and down, you know, in and out immediately. Some people, you know, swim with their heads underwater. Personally, I don't put my head underneath the water because it's just too cold now. I don't like putting my head underneath the water. The only time I ever put my head underneath the water is usually if I'm swimming, you know, in the Mediterranean somewhere, or here in the summer if it's really warm. The idea behind winter swimming for us is more like a mindfulness thing. You know, you in that moment you are down at the sea. You're seeing that the sky is different every day. We see different seagulls every day. The clouds are different, and more than anything, it's just being with others down there. You never swim alone. That's the first rule of winter bathing. You never swim alone. You never know what's going to happen, if there'll be huge waves, or maybe you're not feeling good, or maybe you're stung by a jellyfish. We don't have sharks here. For many of you have always asked that question. The whole idea behind it is just we're getting out there, whatever the weather, and it's just that kind of being at one with nature, which is a kind of funny thing really, because I'm not a big nature freak, but the winter bathing has really helped me get through the long, dark Danish winter days. I've mentioned that before. In Denmark, in the months of, you know, November, December, coming to January, we have something like 6.5 hours of daylight, if it actually gets light. You know, quite often it'll be dark, it'll be foggy, it'll be raining. But then, of course, in the summer we have the beautiful long evenings, and we get, you know, like 19 hours of daylight. And the thing about winter bathing is you're just experiencing that, you know, very small change every day. You can smell it in the air, and you know, it's just that kind of wonderful thing. You know, when I'm down there with Vibeke and Helena, we'll be like, look at the sea today, or oh wow, look at those clouds, or and just being with the other bathers down there, the old ladies and gents. If you saw some of those old ladies and gents who, and some of them are in their 80s and 90s, and they're out there every day, and you've seen my winter bathing pictures on Instagram. Come rain, hail, shine, snow, ice, they are out there, and it's just, nothing else is important in that moment when you're down winter bathing, and it really puts things into perspective. And especially for me, we don't need all the stuff. If I can be near the sea, that's all I need. That's all I need in the world, and a good cup of coffee in the morning to get me going. So anyway, I don't want to keep you back too long. I hope. Oh, we're at the 15 minutes. Woo! I hope you will. If you're missing me the next couple of weeks when I'm away, or a week and a half, remember you can always dive into the YouTube archive. I've got plenty of playlists to keep you going, and I hope you will just continue to put one foot in front of the other, and I'll give you a wee pom-pom shake. Woo! Rah, rah, rah. A wee pom-pom salute for you before I go. Remember, just keep on doing what you're doing. It's all good. And please also remember and take breaks, especially if you're doing the Flylady stuff or the KonMari and you're decluttering. Make sure you take those breaks and go out and pamper yourself. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to unload the dishwasher because that's the end of my morning routine, and I'm going to get out and do something fun. So anyway, live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you, and I shall see you on the other side. Okay, bye for now.